Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Welcome in, family. Morning wood, more of a brunch wood right now, or late or mid-afternoon wood. Yeah. But regardless, we are live from the Real Talk Studios. Like as of right now, we are every Friday morning. We are brought to you by our doc, Make Him Yours, Dr. Paul Vidal.
Usually morning.
Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Tom Arnone, Brian Wilson, Greg Moakvik on the ones and twos. The family out there joining us. Heavy Eagles, maybe a little Ramsey watch as well. We'll give, our little walking around money back to the family later on in the show. Our picks against the spread.
We'll see. We're going to try. We're going to try. It's been a rough go of it so far for us.
First 2 weeks. Hope you weren't paying attention, because if you were,
we did tell you to get bet opposite last week, okay? And if that's the case, then you had a little walking around.
Then you cleaned up.
You had a little walking around.
Because I may or may not have said 6 months. No, the 6 month mortgage was on the Browns.
Yeah.
So
you hit that.
I hit that, but I lost your mortgage on the Eagles.
Yeah.
And maybe 5 other teams. But semantics. We're here. We gave you a big winner.
Semantics.
If you go somewhere for a big winner and you get your big winner, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
All right. The rest is semantics. You're not going to win every one of them. Philly's still alive. I mean,
you want to hit more than 1 of 6, but you're not going to win every one.
Are they
1
still?
1 and 5's not a good way to go every weekend.
No, but
we're going to flip it this
weekend. If the big one hits,
we're going to flip it this weekend for you.
Philly's still alive? I don't know. We'll talk about
it. Realistically, 12 games left? Is it 12? No, 5, 8.
Here comes everybody's
11.
jokes.
11 games left. 9-2. You got to go 9-2 to even have a shot. So realistically, no, they're not alive. But they are, because they could go 11-0. Yeah, right.
Stop.
Shane Bieber. Don't call me Justin Bieber tonight against Drew Smiley. Cleveland crushes lefties. Could have to go 9-1 after tonight.
Not happening. But we'll talk about it later on in the show.
5 in Washington.
Eagles keys to victory versus Detroit Lions. We'll get into that. Eagles versus Lions predictions. Again, get yourself some walking around money. Score predictions. Offense, defense, player of the game. Screenshot it. Send it over to A2D. And boom, we'll give you a little money from us to you. But our poll question, which is a big one coming off of last week, is Nelson Aguilar will step up versus the Lions with essentially and most likely our top 2 wide receivers out. Do you agree or disagree with that statement? Family, let us know. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. A2D Radio is where you can find us. And let's get right into it. I mean, a guy who, we talk about what's your response to stuff in sports. I can't deal with the drops. The one was a tough catch, his first opportunity for a touchdown, tough catch, but I need you to make that grab too. The one going down the sidelines,
I have to have it.
I need to. You're going to walk into the end zone. It's so important.
Monster play it's almost a monster play of a season, depending on how it plays out. But it could be a monster play of a season. It's just a ball you got to have. Okay, crunch time balls you got to have. You drop a ball in the first quarter. Okay, I'll get over it. Crunch time ball, you got to have it.
Need it. I mean, you're walking in. Your quarterback puts one on a dime to you.
You got to have it.
And you could look back later on in the season and like you said, talk about defining moments that if we, God forbid, don't make the playoffs, you look back at that and you say, oh, man, how things would have been different. Yeah. But listen, a long season left to go here. And we talk about his response. Well, what was his response? He goes up and gets a football. Okay,
yeah,
so
big catch on the 4th down.
Listen, I know it's all sports.
Kind of just fell in his lap, but it was a big catch nonetheless.
Well, big catch.
More of a great throw under duress out of Carson, but But Carson made great throws on all second half. Now we're gonna touch on the fact that he hasn't made any in the first quarter yet this year. So hopefully that's going to change this week.
Yeah, and I have confidence in Aguilar responding. So to the poll question, will he step up? I agree to the poll question. I think he does step up.
He's going to get ample opportunity this weekend, and Darius Slay probably going to cover him for a lot of the game. Darius Slay's a solid corner in this league, but you can throw against Detroit, and you figure that they're going to try to key on Zach, I would assume, which means Nelson's going to have to make plays, and we're going to need him to atone for the drops. And I'm gonna agree with the question also because I think he's going to have 100 and a touch, maybe 2 touches. It could be a big game for Nelson.
Well, listen, it was in the makings of being a big game for him Sunday night, too.
It could have been a monster.
So, to your point, though, they were trying to get him the football.
Yeah.
That was Carson's guy to get the football to. And I think that's going to carry over. People talk about, where do you make up for the speed for Deshaun Jackson? Well,
he's our explosive guy now, really.
My point is that, the top 5 fastest speeds in the NFL last week, Nelson was in that top 5 with the names of Odell, and I'm not comparing him to these guys, but speed-wise. So we're always worried about him taking the top off the defense. He can. You still have to respect the guy getting past you. 2 opportunities in Sunday football game showed you that. The 1 play on 4th down at the end of the game, and then obviously the play down the sidelines he drops. He's by guys.
Yeah.
He's by guys. And the last play of the game was actually the play where he was at his top speed of over 20 miles an hour. So, I look at that.
He was way by.
I look at that.
If Carson could get more on that throw, that could have been a touch on the 4th down play because he almost had to wait for it.
Yeah, he did have to wait for it a little bit.
He was way down.
Well, that's where you pick up your quarterback. You heard him on a throw before, and you come back and make a play. But to the poll, I agree. And to the family out there, we want to know: do you agree? Will Nelson Aguilar step up versus the Lions, or do you disagree with that and think it's going to have to come from somebody else? Do you feel like it comes from Zach Ertz? Do you feel like it comes from the running game this Sunday? Which, listen, at the end of the day, I think is extremely important. What I would like to see, and I'm not Mr. Run the Football. Anybody out there that knows me, I'm a pass guy. All right? You pass to win in this league. All right? But when I have some weapons down, okay, let me get Jordan Howard involved this week a little more. Let me pound the ball down somebody's throat. Let me get my offensive line that has struggled the first 2 weeks of the season. Let me get them creating the contact this Sunday and not automatically going backwards. And listen, I want to throw the ball 55-45. You know me, okay? Yeah. But some games you have to take a step back and say, listen, man, if I keep this up, I'm going to get this guy killed because he wants to make every play, which is great. I never want him to stop trying to make every play. But we took it easy on Jordan the first 2 weeks. I understand the thought process is, hey, the second half I want to ready to go Jordan Howard. I understand the thought process. But I need 18 touches, okay? And you can split up the rest. Sanders to me and Chucks, I love you to death. Knock it off. All right, we're talking about having a McCoy-type game or a Westbrook-type game against the Lions. Until he even smells a sniff of a game they've had at the –
How about until he hits a hole instead of stopping dancing?
I can't – the guy – listen.
He's doing a lot of dancing right now, a lot of dancing.
But there's apologies out there all around. He's a puppy. He's young. I'm not giving up. There's none of that right now. What I'm saying is 5 touches tops, and then Sproles can take the rest.
I would give him more than 5. But hold on,
no, not if I'm trying to get Jordan Howard involved.
I know, but but you're right though. But I'm looking at 30. I'm looking at 30 rushes in this game. This is like week 3. Now, granted, this is at home. That was on the road, but 2 years ago, week 3. I think it was week 3 at San Diego. Right, that's when they were still San Diego. We played at the Chargers. We ran it down their throat. Blunt had a monster day.
Yep. After the KC loss.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
After the KC loss.
It was like week 3, I think, and. This has the same feel of that kind of game where we're going to come out because we were worried about Blunt being involved in the offense.
We're having the same conversation.
Why is he not getting the football? He's looked good when he's had it. Why is he not getting the ball? They come out and they Blunt powers for $140, and we run the ball down their throat, and we win the game by running out the clock, by running the ball. And this has the same kind of a feel to it as me. Normally I would say that we should blow the Lions out, but this game with the injuries – And the Lions always play good early in the season, I feel like. At least are
opposite of the Chargers.
In games. They're at least in games early in the season. So this has a feel of a tighter game to me, and I think we're going to have to run the ball. And I'm looking at that game 2 years ago.
So Kaplan,
I'm
real
looking
quick,
a lot like that.
James Tatum said, according to Adam Kaplan, this is off topic a little bit, but still in the Eagles, obviously. According to Adam Kaplan of the NFL Network, the Eagles could have an extension for Ramsey within 1 day. So I guess a trade and an extension.
Well, the thing is, if you're going
They
to
have-
trade for
they
him,
have
you
the cap
better.
room.
If you're going to trade for him, you better
No,
extend.
you're obviously with the extension, but did you guys hear that watching this morning at all?
No,
they were-
actually, what we
they were
heard was
talking
the
about him
opposite.
staying in Jacksonville.
Was more of that, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I smelled that after a win last night. You know,
Listen,
I smelled that a little bit.
Schefter said this morning, and I believe Schefter more than anyone else, Adam Kaplan, I don't care. Schefter said this morning that his feel is if they're going to trade him, they're going to trade him today. So
It would be today.
yeah,
Agreed.
that's what he
That's
says.
been the common theme the entire time. Would have been Friday.
So I mean, and Ahmed Khan, or what was his name, Shaka Khan, whoever his name is, Syed Khan, that owner. He was pretty much saying that he loves him and he wants to make him the highest paid corner.
That's fine.
And so, but that means we almost had to blow their socks off then. I'm not giving 2 firsts. I know you
Grow
want to
up.
give 2 firsts.
Grow
I'm not
up.
giving 2 firsts, man.
Why?
It's too much.
For
I'll
what's
give
it
a
too
first and a
much
third.
for? You're
Our defense is going to be fine.
Hold on,
We were
honey.
fine
Hold on,
last year. Are
honey.
you
Okay,
honeying
yeah, I'm
me?
honeying you because
What?
people who talk like that are
You know,
honeys.
Jalen
Okay,
Mills will be
I might
back.
as well be talking to.
Your
I might as well talking to
your
one.
boyfriend Jalen Mills will be back soon. He can play.
Listen, brother, I like Jalen Mills, but Jalen Mills is not Jalen Ramsey.
I understand
Let's not
that.
get things confused
I
here.
understand that, but I'm saying
A
all
bunch
things-
of
all
guys,
things
a bunch
together,
of guys
Jalen
doesn't make a
Ramsey's
good
stud.
core. A bunch of just guys doesn't make a good core. Just because you have a lot of
We've been
things.
good the last couple of years, dude. We won the Super Bowl, and then last year, at the end of the year, we were playing really well defensively. We played really well, and we struggled early, just like we're doing again. Everyone's knee-jerk. Pump the
isn't
brakes,
knee-jerk.
everybody. Pump the brakes. We will be okay defensively. We have
There
been in the
is
past.
knee jerk, and then there's the
I understand that
opportunity.
he's a
Hold
superstar.
on.
I
There's the
know.
opportunity to
You
get the
hold
best
the fuck
player.
on.
No, watch
I
your lip.
understand.
You
You
better
watch
lock
it.
your mouth
You
when you
better
talk to
watch
me. You
yourself.
watch your
You better
mouth when you
watch
talk to me.
yourself.
We're not going to do
Watch
this
yourself. You
2
better watch
episodes
yourself.
into the
You better
wood.
watch yourself.
Okay? 2
Watch
episodes
yourself.
into the wood.
Better watch yourself.
What I'm saying to you is you have the
Sweeps.
opportunity
Where
to
you at?
get
Understand
the
that
best
he's a
player in
star.
position.
Yeah, top 3 for sure. Maybe top 2. I agree. He's probably the best one-on-one corner
Cover
in the
guy,
league. Yes,
yeah.
best cover
People
corner.
were
in
tagging
the
me last
league.
night. Oh, Didi, or not Didi, what's his face?
Oh, somebody burned him last night. Yeah,
Corey
but that
Davis.
happens. That guys,
And I said, hold on.
Guys get burned.
Corey Davis had 3 catches for 44 yards last night. So where's the crown? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
one long catch. That's
yeah,
all
like,
it was.
calm down.
Guys, listen. Guys get beat when they take chances. That's what's going to happen. But to me, he's not like he's a shutdown cover corner, but he's not a ball hawk. You know, he's not like you're getting Ed Reed, who's making plays and scoring touchdowns. These guys had 9 interceptions in 3 years. Like,
Okay.
he had 4 the one year they were really good. So besides that, he's a good cover guy.
And he tackles.
And he wants the biggest contract in history.
So what? Everybody's going to want the biggest.
I understand that, but I'm saying that's something you got to put in there. And
Well, when you roll up in a brink truck, I wouldn't expect anything
and guess
less.
what? When shit doesn't go well, he's a fucking asshole. So you got to hope shit goes well.
I disagree with that. If that's
Well,
all.
how do we know? He's crying about getting out of Jacksonville already. They were good a year and a half ago. So what? How does that? What if that happened? What if we go downhill in a year and a half and he's crying about leaving here too? I just don't trust guys like this. I'm sorry.
Whole legs
Now,
like this, Wells.
I understand that.
So you
It's
can't-
a
don't
new,
trust
it's a
nobody.
new generation. It's a pussification of fucking America. I hate it. I'm not playing well. I want to leave. I hate it. I fucking hate it. But we got to deal with it. It's the trend of the nation, really. It's a fucking disgrace.
I get that, Wells, but my point is the issue with him and what I want people to understand isn't with Doug Marrone, like people
It's
want
with
to think
Tom
it is.
Coughlin,
It's with Tom
understand.
Coughlin. Listen, what happened?
Yeah, but the owner pretty much said apparently last night that there shouldn't be an issue anymore. So, Schefter did say that they could get traded today. So
it could go either way. I thought
if
a
we
win.
trade for him, I'm not going to be upset. I just don't want
If
to trade
you
two
wanted him,
firsts.
if you really wanted
and Sydney, like
No, I'm not trading 2 firsts and Sydney.
like that's ridiculous.
No, 2 firsts, and that's it. I don't even want Sydney in the
How
deal.
about a
I'll
first?
drive
No,
him.
neither do I.
I'll drive him if I have to.
How about a first and a fourth?
How about 2 1s and no players?
Yeah. Well, I don't want to do that.
I
First and
expect to be a
third.
late first-round pick, so I don't care.
A first and a third should be enough to get it done.
Maybe. Back to the game. Let's get back to the
Okay,
game
back
and Nelson and our poll question. We'll continue to talk about, we'll have our Ramsey watch, even though, Ralphie D
If we trade for him, we'll fucking talk about it. Because now everyone's like, they're not going to trade for him. So if it happens, then we'll talk about it.
And then the family's already chiming in. James Wilder, this isn't happening 2 episodes into the wood. That's a week late by my count. Matt
Well, we've
Winnington
been doing
says,
this. We've been
have
doing
a
this for
sword,
years.
have a sword fight.
We've been doing this for years.
Augustin Lopez, if we had a lockdown corner, that would change. That would change the game.
Now, last time we got the top cover corner from the fucking AFC, it didn't work too great, guys. He was eating lunch in his fucking car.
Who?
Namdi. I'm not saying he's going to
also
be Namdi.
30 years old.
I'm not saying he's Namdi. I'm just saying Namdi was the best cover corner when we got him. Put him in a different system.
Yeah, but I think Jalen fits in any system.
Yeah, but we don't ever fucking – when do we bump and when do we get up in somebody and cover like that?
When you go get Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but we don't do that.
Great coaches
we don't do
or
that,
good
though.
coaches
That's
adjust.
what you said about Namdi when we got him, too. And we didn't do it. And he's
don't put Namdi on me.
I understand.
I just tried to spin that. Like I made the move. You would have thought I did that deal.
I'm just saying. I was pumped when we got him. Who was it? Who was it?
Shit.
He fucking couldn't play here.
I put a 10 up on Broad.
He couldn't play here. So, like, I'm just saying.
And I think he was at
shit can happen.
I think he was at the point of his career on the downside of it, too.
Well, I just think that he came into a different situation that he wasn't used to. They weren't playing bump and run, and he kind of got exposed a little bit. He wasn't. Now, Jalen Ramsey, much better athlete than Nnamdi Asomugha was. Okay, don't get me wrong about that. I'm just saying. We don't have a good track.
Well, a lot of his
we don't
issues,
have a good track
a lot of Jalen's
issues
issues in Jacksonville stem from them running a little bit too much zone as well. A lot of his like personal issues, like let me do what I do. They run a ton of zone there.
Yeah, but so do we.
I know. That's my point. I feel like a lot of the league does.
You think Jim Schwartz automatically going to change? Because Jim Schwartz is a pretty hard-headed dude to me.
Oh, from what I see. But, I mean.
Yeah, so.
All right, so does Nelson Aguilar.
So we're giving up 2 firsts for a guy's going to play zone out of his – like if we're not going to his strengths? Okay, yeah, we'll go back to the game. That's right. We'll count that one on this side of the board. Let's go back to the game.
What did you say? I missed you because I got a message.
I'm saying so we're going to give up 2 firsts.
He hit him with the tap, too. Like, you're out.
We're going to get –
tag, you're out, I'm in.
He didn't say anything. So all I'm saying is we're going to give up 2
Probably
firsts.
wasn't that riveting.
We're going to give up
That's why.
We're going to give up 2 firsts, okay? And then we're going to play the guy in a ton of zones like we play, which is not towards his strengths. That's what we're going to do.
That's not what I'm going to do.
Oh,
I don't know what Jim and you are going to do, but I'm telling you what I do is the second he walks through my training camp, as soon as he walks through my facility, I'm saying everybody you see in this facility, get handsy with, because that's where we're going.
All right.
Okay?
If that's where we're going, then I'm more on board.
Oh, I love it. So back to the game. And yes, there is a game this weekend. Oh, the Ramsey watch, you almost feel like it's the offseason. The way it's going on. But Nelson Aguilar will step up versus the Lions with his potentially 2 top wide receivers.
As being our top option, basically.
Yeah.
Outside, that is. Because you would think Ertz is probably going to be the highest targeted guy this week out of the passing game. But, yeah, like I said, I agree with the question. I think Nelson's going to have to step up. I think he's going to. Atones for a couple drops. I'm looking for over 100 and a touchy. I think we're going to win this game, by the way. But I think Nelson over 100 and a touch. I'm looking for our offense to come out and not be flat. This is what I'm looking for this week. I want us to come out and play well offensively in the first fucking half. Okay? It's tough to come back when your back's against the wall. As we saw Sunday night, we did it the first week. We weren't able to overcome on the road. Now let's come out at home and let's punch them in the mouth and see how they respond.
I don't disagree with you. That's why I want to run the ball a little bit early on.
Absolutely.
Just to get our big guys moving down.
I want to run it a lot. Let's go. Because we have a good offensive line, and when you get moving, when they get in a rhythm, they can bully some defensive lines. And I think the Detroit defensive line is ripe to be bullied.
Yeah, and I also feel like, when they're off a turf, they don't get to the quarterback as well.
Yeah, no.
And that's just their common theme.
But he's like a speed guy, He's not a dominating force like an Aaron Donald type, He's a speed guy, Ziggy Ansah. Comes from the outside. So you can definitely run on them. 100%. I think you have to. Could be a big Jordan Howard game. I like that out of you, though.
I'm just trying to think something different. I mean, we want to get him involved. I mean, leads the league in yards after contact over the last 3 years. That's a guy I want to get the football to.
Absolutely.
A little bit more. I know that
definitely inside the red zone more.
The understanding of keeping the guys fresh for the second half, I get that completely. But some games just dictate like, hey, I got to go outside of what I wanted to do and get a guy involved a little bit. The two help out our offensive line. But we both agree that Nelson is going to have a big game or a big enough game. So we agree that he steps up versus the Lions with both potentially out, Alshon and Djax. Djax already out. Alshon, it's still up in the air. Doug's optimistic that him and Dallas Goedert are going to play, but unknown as of right now. So, and today's Friday.
It seems trending more
tough.
towards that they won't play. Hopefully we get one of the two. This is a great game. NFL Network showing highlights of the Eagles-Lions game in the snow 6 years ago. 6.5, 6 and 2 months. Great game. Remember Calvin made that one catch and came up like a snowman?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was incredible. I might have been at this game.
LaShawn was going wild that game.
I think I was at this game. That's how long ago it was because I can't
You don't
fully remember. Yeah.
But the game, it was played in 7 inches of snow. I would hope that you would remember if you were at a game
I
like
was
that.
frozen if I was there. Let it go.
Jesus
Whoa.
Christ. Lord Almighty. So do you got a prediction? Tommy?
Yeah, I do. Hold on, dude. This is I'm trying to do a show, and I'm getting all these messages right now about.
Well, I'll give my prediction.
Give your predictions. Family, give yours. Offense, defensive players of the game.
And your score, and we'll send you some walking around cash if you hit it. But like I said, I want us to come out early. I want us to come out heavy, early, run, pass. I just want the offense to look good. We've looked like shit in the first half of both games. I know we've been upset. I'm sure everyone out there has been upset. And I'm ready to feel good this Sunday. So I want to come out. I want to come out fast. I still think it's going to be a pretty tight game because Stafford always throws against us for some reason. We always play them tight. So I'm looking at like a 28-24 Eagles win. And my player of the game offensively is going to be Nelson Aguilar. And defensively, Malcolm with a pick.
So you're going Nelly
And Malcolm.
And Malcolm.
28-24 win.
I like where your head's at.
And I think we get out early. I want like 10-0 lead in the first quarter.
Okay, so finally that ends.
Kind of like a 28-17. They score at the end to make it 28-24. They try an onside kick, we recover, game over type deal. You know, that's what I'm looking at.
All right. I went 27-21 on Wednesday, and I'm around that same area. I went 34-30 or 34-31. So I went a little high scoring.
Yeah, so you think it's going to be
I went a little high scoring, probably a little more than people thought because I didn't have that feel. But then when there's weapons out, you're like, well, how are we going to get this production? Where are we going to get it from? And that's usually when you have one of them games where, you light a scoreboard up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I could see us lighting a scoreboard up a little bit.
Could happen, and Stafford could definitely throw on us.
Oh, absolutely.
They got some weapons out there. Galladay. They got the two Johnsons in the backfield. Yeah.
No, they can score.
Amendola.
And I don't think anybody.
Rookie tight end Hawkinson.
I don't think anybody here is going to say that you feel like we're going to shut them down offensively.
No, they should move the ball. Their biggest thing is they usually like to shoot themselves in the foot. So hopefully we can turn them over a couple times, something like that. But they should move the ball. They don't have a loss yet, so we'd like to give them one of them. They are 1-0-1. Very rare you see a team come in 1-0-1. And they should be 2-0. They blew that game, the first game against Arizona, I believe it was. So, yeah. I mean, they're coming and looking for a win, but we got to come in and defend our home turf here. It's not really turf, but you know what I mean.
Turfish. Nowadays, it's pretty much turf, grass, turf.
Turfish.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we just got to defend home field, and I'm looking for us to do that. Like I said, I think it's going to be closer than we want it to be. Maybe a late TD by Detroit, but 28-24. And I think our offense plays well. Even with the guys missing.
Well, that's why I went 34. I just had the feel because everybody's like, well, where are we going to get this production? Where are we going to get this production? How are we going to get this production? And I'm like, well, you know what? We still have Carson Wentz. We still have Zach Ertz here. We still have Nelson Aguilar, guys that we trust. And then we have Darren Sproles. We have Jordan Howard. So Detroit's not loaded defensively.
We got a young guy in RC Whiteside who don't know he can make a couple plays.
Yeah, so they're solid. So this is the type of game where we maybe go put up 34. And I wouldn't be surprised if we shut it down defensively, and then we win by. If that's the case, we win 34-21. I got 34-31.
34-14. Yeah,
but yeah, I mean, Kyle, I think, was chiming in that he's got a feel of a blowout happening. If our defense comes to show up, then I smelled a blowout too. But
well, if we get out early, and then they make a couple turnovers, then a blowout could definitely happen.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
And listen, that's what we need. And this is a guy, again, we got to get pressure on the quarterback.
Absolutely.
And is his mic up? Because I'm not hearing him anywhere near. I'm hearing myself.
Yeah, turn the kid up then.
Is it coming out clear? Yeah. All right. I'm not getting him.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm all right.
Yeah. I don't know what the deal is.
It's the family. I
don't know. I didn't feel like you were you locked in as the kid was.
Oh, all right.
There you are.
Well, there we go.
Yeah, now I
it's
feel
real
like
loud,
you're the
yeah.
same. Yeah, now we're the same.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm not producing.
I said
I'm only one guy out here.
Now I think it's a little too high, but we're loving.
Cry yourself a river.
Jesus Christ, Greg. You had 3 hours to set up. God.
Yeah, because we were testing Mike for 3 hours.
Mike Murphy, Eagles 28, Lions 17. Jordan Howard, 100 yards, 2 TDs. Defense, Sidney Jones slows Galladay down and gets a pick. Would love that, Murph.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Would love that. So my offensive player of the game isn't Jordan Howard. I went with 11 because I do think Jordan Howard has a really good game, but I also think Carson throws 4 easy, 3 guaranteed. Not 4 easy, 3 easy, top 4. And then maybe a TD from Howard or a TD from Howard. Maybe even Sanders gets in the end zone or Sproles. But I got him throwing 3 touchdowns, 300 yards. Typical what I expect game out of him, especially at home. And a must as a must-win can be in week 3. You
don't want to go 1 and 2.
No, you don't want to, but it's not. It wouldn't. Sky's not want to be completely falling.
Plus, we got Green Bay coming up too. On a short week, you got to get a win.
You want to get this.
You got to get a win here.
Zach Boylan, no overreaction. I personally think Mike Rowe fucking sucks, and I don't think you're going to get a disagreement here from me. Yeah. I don't know about the other woodchucker.
I'm not a big Mike Rowe guy. No, never have been. Didn't like his dad either.
And Murph says now you're both rocking, but yeah, I got to win. I got this football team going to 2-1. Can I guarantee a cover in this one? No. That's why
Yeah.
34-31.
These games are always close with the Lions for some reason. I don't know why.
And you always know how, whatever, quarterbacks come in here for whatever reason. A lot of guys do it, and they'll just freaking spin it against us.
Yeah, usually to the number 2 wideout. I know last week it was actually the number 1 that got us. The first time in like the last 3 times that we played Atlanta that Julio's gotten us. But usually it's the second wideout that kills us.
Well, remember what we talked about was like let Julio sort of get his, but we don't want Ridley. Now, Ridley did have a touch.
Yeah.
So, that was a guy you wanted to contain, try to contain, because Julio's going to do his, and this week they come in and they got the good wide receiving core, really underrated. I mean, Marvin Jones, like I was joking around the other night, I've had him on my fantasy team that I won the last 2 years, and he's just like that guy. He plug in, he'll give you 12. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just consistent. And Kenny Galladay can play.
Yeah.
Can really play. So
Minitron.
That's what it all comes down to. Like, can what's going to tie right into my defensive player of the game? It's got to be Fletcher Cox, right? It's got to be hearing his name 100 times on the broadcast.
Got to get pressure.
200 times on the broadcast. Like, if you're hurt, don't play. And I'm not taking a shot at the guy. If you're hurt, don't get on the field then. Because you're not, creating no havoc to me is bothering me.
We watch Aaron Donald create havoc. Yep. Where are you at? You want to be talked about with in the same breath as Aaron Donald, then we need you to create some havoc. Because he's out there creating havoc. Well, Calais Campbell last night.
Always.
Yeah, Aaron Donald's always creating havoc. Calais Campbell was creating havoc last night. Like, we need a game like that out of you.
Yeah, we're begging for it.
Yeah.
And when other guys, who do you look to? You look to your leaders. Your leaders, Malcolm, Fletcher, Brandon. I need you guys to step up.
Absolutely.
In a game like this. Big time. If you go back to the
gotta have it
to the Malcolm pick against the Giants, in 2017.
Yeah.
You need them. You need them big plays.
Monster plays.
You have to have it because right now you're not getting it. And it's early, and I get it, but it's not early to not get pressure. We went against 2 offensive lines, and let's look at it. Will said weren't good enough. that we looked at. Jake, I joked about this on Wednesday. Jake had a poll on Saturday, week 1, would the Eagles get 5 sacks? Whoa, did we even touch them?
Yeah,
I don't know if we even touched them. Matt Ryan, outside of starting the blitz.
We got some pressure, but Matt Ryan's good. He knows how to.
No, but it was blitz pressure.
Yeah, it was blitz.
Which I'm a guy that
it
always
wasn't
brings
front four pressure. It was blitz.
I'm always a kitten who brings an extra guy every time. I'm bringing 5 regardless, but that's my style. That's my aggressiveness. Jimmy,
sly cat he is.
Jimmy don't got the set I got. So Jimmy, Jimmy don't. Yeah, but he did make an adjustment. I got to give him credit. In the Atlanta game, he made an adjustment. He said, "Listen, blitzing 4 is going to. I mean, bringing 4 is not getting it done. I got to change this up." And then we create some turnovers, pressure, and you can do the same stuff to Matthew Stafford.
And they beat us in the last play by doing that too. But I hear you.
But you can do the same thing to Matthew Stafford.
No, I agree. Listen, I'm okay with the blitzing, and I understand we got bit at the end. Everyone wants to talk about that Julio wide receiver screen. We got bit on the blitz, but I'm okay with blitzing if you're not going to get pressure with your front 4. You got to get pressure somehow because you can't just let them pick you apart. So I'm okay with going for it, but I'd rather see our front 4 get some fucking pressure.
No, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, it's too much money up there.
Yeah, way too much.
Or high assets in terms of like a Derek Barnett. There's way too much money and players up there, at least we think there is, that we need more. We need more.
We need a lot more.
Murph says he doesn't want to get too ahead of himself, but you don't want to go 1-2 heading to Green Bay on a short week.
No, absolutely not.
He said, I'm heading to the game next week in Green Bay with the Green Legion. Love to see the Birds get a huge win on the road, but coming off a bad loss at home would be deflating. And I agree. It's tough to get back up.
No, you gotta win on Sunday. Like you said, you don't want to call a must-win in a Week 3 game. To me, it's a must-win game. I think you have to win. You can't go 1-2 to Green Bay because then you come home 1-3 possibly, and then you're talking about is the season over? You know what I'm talking?
No,
it wouldn't be. But 1-3,
a lot of questions.
We have a really tough second half schedule, in my opinion. So this is a game that you have to have. Have to have.
Yeah, and I don't think we lose.
No, I think we're going to win.
I think we win too.
But you have to have it.
But as much as a Week 3 game,
but the NFL, nothing's guaranteed in the NFL.
Nope.
Okay, anything can happen. It's the most parity of any league. That's why every sport wants to be the NFL because the parity level is crazy.
Listen, you're right, and it's getting a little bit. People want to say like the parity isn't the same because you have some bottom feeders, but that's the way this league's always going to be.
Yeah, always. Well, the Dolphins, they got teams that are looking to lose and teams that are just starting new guys that are going to struggle. But there's a team that goes from worst to first every year. That doesn't happen in any other sport.
No, it doesn't happen in any sport, period. And or not even like worst to first, but worse and it gets in a playoff spot.
Worse in their division to first.
And then gets in a playoff spot. You see it all the time. You look at around the league right now. You look at some of the 2-0 teams.
San Fran.
Buffalo. No, I can't buy into either one. I can't buy into either one. But the fact that remains that this is the way the league's set up. It's set up for other teams to be able to say, all right, we got a young quarterback. We got some pieces. Now we're going to compete.
Yep.
And then injuries make the parity even more so. The 100% injury rate creates more parity than the way the league's set up.
Everybody
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Than more the league's set up. But what I think, the only thing hurts the league from dynasties outside of the Patriots is not being able to not being able to keep as many guys because of the salary caps and the way it's set up.
Well, guys change teams a ton.
A ton. But which makes the NFL all season and the NFL
very
being
exciting.
A 365-day-a-year sport is for all these things. This is all part of their great marketing scheme if you think about it.
Very true.
Because then you never stop talking about the National Football League.
Always.
You just don't. I mean, it's a topic of conversation.
It goes from Super Bowl to NFL draft combine to NFL draft to free agency. It just keeps going.
It doesn't stop. Matt Winnington. Where's he saying? Where are they at in the schedule? This is a game they must be won at home.
Yeah, got to win.
Where they are at in the schedule.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
absolutely.
Proofread. Kyle said they don't match up well with us. Talking about the Lions. Do you agree with that?
I don't know. They always play us tough though. How do you explain they play us tough every year?
I don't know. The 2 weeks I've seen, I don't know how we can't say any team doesn't match up well against us.
True.
A team that can score points, I can't say doesn't match up well against us. You know what I mean? A team that can put up 30 if they want to, I can't say that. Oh, they don't match up well against us. Like we haven't stopped anybody yet.
And especially with our deficiencies in the secondary right now, with anyone that has any team with a quarterback coming in with Matt Stafford,
I have a concern.
A guy who could sling it.
Yeah, they like to throw the ball.
I mean, that's a difficult matchup for us right now.
He'll make mistakes, but he'll sling the ball though.
Absolutely.
Brian Daly. What's up, fellas? What's up, Rye?
What up, Dales?
Oh, this guy struggling over there today.
First time, long time over there.
First timer over here.
Who's Zach McAndrews? Am I supposed to know that name?
Why?
I don't know. Some guy just wrote Zach McAndrews. I didn't know if I was supposed to know that name.
Maybe he's trying to get somebody to watch our show.
Oh, maybe
in
it
that
was a
case,
tag.
No,
in
yeah,
that
he was
case, thank you.
tagging.
Tag
It was a
away.
tag.
Thank
It was a
you.
was a tag,
In that
yeah,
case, thank you.
Bill Middlebrook, Matt Stafford has always been underrated. He will pick on Darby with probably 3 touchdowns, but I'm praying we can just score enough to win. Eagles 27-24.
You better not pick
Elliott,
on Darby with 3
game winner.
touchdowns. Jesus. I hope that doesn't happen.
You know, part of that's coming off the ACL too, man. You know, we don't factor it in, but
Well, Ronald, I thought Ronald played well last year when he was healthy, so I agree with you.
that's what I'm saying. I think part of it's coming off the ACL. You know, I thought he was back a little sooner than expected too. You know, I thought he'd be more of a week 4, week 5 guy.
And everyone wants Ramsey and wants Darby out. And the only reason that he even wants to come here is because he's like best friends with Ronald Darby. They played at FSU together. Everyone's like, oh, we get Darby out, get Ramsey in. If we get Ramsey in, Darby ain't going nowhere.
No.
They're best friends. Him and Barnett and him grew up together. I didn't know that either.
Who, Derek Barnett?
Yeah, they were high school teammates.
It's meant
Connect
to
the
be.
dots.
It's meant to be.
That's why he follows all them guys on. Everyone's like, look at all the guys he follows from the Eagles. Yeah, because he fucking grew up with them.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
No, I mentioned that Darby's injury to someone on the YouTube chat, and not an excuse because if you're playing, that means you're healthy.
Well,
but
same thing I said about Fletcher, yeah.
Coming back from that type of injury, especially early on, I'm going to give you a little benefit of the doubt for a guy that's at least done it in the past. You know what I mean? Now,
Yeah, but you can't get beat constantly.
Agreed.
I agree with you, though.
Agreed.
So we'll see. Hopefully he's getting.
Well, he didn't get beat.
Hopefully he's getting back in the swing.
He really wasn't getting too exposed week 1. That was more Rasul, in my opinion. And then last week he got exposed a little bit. But again, look who you're getting exposed against.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we got to factor that in too.
Listen, I said best receiver, and people were trashing me for it. I'll still take Julio over anybody. I think. You could say top 3 receiver if you wanted to, but for my money, I'll take Julio.
I mean, the only one that you can even argue would be
DeAndre.
Yeah, DeAndre.
Yeah, that's DeAndre or Beckham maybe, but I'll still take Julio because you can do everything.
Yeah, see, I don't know if I can. I mean, Odell's freak.
Explosiveness is why, but I still would take Julio.
What are they talking about on YouTube here? Firing Mike Groh.
Yeah, there's been some recent grow,
I don't like Mike Groh.
Well, what's the trend of Mike Groh? What's
I
the
don't
trend
like
of Mike
Groh,
Groh?
but teams
But-
that fire coaches during the season aren't good teams.
Yeah.
So let's not go that route, okay?
No, let's not go that route. But the one concern, and it's been trending now since he's taken over as offensive coordinator at the beginning of last year, is what do we struggle with? We can't score in the first quarter.
At all.
Yeah.
In the first quarter. And I'm not even getting the whole half now.
It's like we don't even come out. We have no game plan to come out with, or we have the wrong game plan to come out with every fucking week. It's really quite crazy. Now we're really good at adjustments. We've been really since Doug's been
Yeah,
here.
and that's
We've
credit
been
Doug
really
gave to Doug.
good at adjustments, but you can't constantly be down. It's tough playing with your back against the wall constantly. We
No.
need to get out and get in the lead.
2017 was a different year for that because we were playing with the lead.
Yeah, a lot.
So when people talked about balance in the running game compared to the passing game, there's a lot more balance. Well, why? Because you were closing games out running the football. So then your numbers are gonna come together a little bit more.
Yeah.
And look more balanced.
Well, that's how they want to do it. They want to get the lead and then run the ball with the lead.
And that's what we talk about. Most teams in the league want to do in today's NFL is throw the football. But listen, I'm not. People were talking about season over after week 2. I just thought there was a lot of overreactions. And if you get, and you were arguing with me about overreacting to Ramsey. What I'm saying is, I'm not overreacting that the season's over. I'm making a judgment decision that this is, in my opinion, the best guy in his position in the league. They don't come around often.
No, they don't.
Right? So if I have an opportunity to get him, I'm going to go on and attempting to get him.
I'm with you on
And
that.
that's not an overreaction.
I'll take them. I just don't want
There's
to
a lot
get
of
too
teams
first.
in there. There's a
But
lot. Hold on.
I will
you talk about
say,
the
if
Chiefs.
you
You talk about
take
some damn good teams that are in the running for him.
Absolutely.
That aren't in the running because they're overreacting. They're in the running because, oh, wait, Jalen Ramsey's available? Let me make a couple calls.
No, I
Let me
agree.
pick up the
And
phone.
like you said, he's 24. Okay, but I mean, I feel like if you do a deal, I'm not going to be upset. But you better sign him to an extension immediately.
I don't think the
that
deal
better
gets
be part
done.
of it.
I don't think
yeah,
the deal
that's what I'm
gets
saying.
done
It better be
without
part of it.
every intention on
Keeping it.
keeping him.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I don't know. See, I don't know how this works in the league. Is there any? Can there be any contact? There can't be any.
No. We can be talking to his agent right now.
We can be, right?
Yeah,
we're allowed to still talk to his agent.
Absolutely.
Oh my God, that's so tampering. Not for us. Just like in general, like.
Well, as soon as they say you're allowed to seek a trade, they can still talk to anybody.
You can talk to the agent.
Talk to anybody you want.
But I didn't know if you were allowed to number talk with agents.
Fucking A.
I guess you can. I mean, I guess that makes sense. You probably can.
Well, because what it is usually is they get the number and the deal agreed to with the agent, and they're like, okay, now we gotta go get him, whatever it takes to get him.
No, second accuser.
Shocker. He's a scummer.
All right, so give the fam your score prediction again and your offense. 28-24.
28-24 Birds. I think we'll have a solid lead. Detroit scores at the end, make it closer. Players of the game: Nelson Aguilar offensively, Malcolm Jenkins defensively. Let's go.
Malcolm Jenkins defensively. 34-31. I don't know how the hell I'm getting to that number. I really don't, for them or for us. It's like I told you, it's one of them weeks I just don't have the feel. I thought by Friday I would have a better feel for it. I just don't have it. I don't know why. I just don't see it as well as I do some weeks where I just got a good feel about this one. I think they win. You know, I'm about 90% on they win, but you know, Matthew Stafford and guys that you think should come in here and you should be able to win against and teams you should be are always the ones that give us trouble. That's what concerns me. So we'll see, but I got 34-31 Carson Fletcher. We talk about why Fletcher. Dude, I need to hear him a bunch. I need him to be Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
You know, you can't talk about being one of the best players of your position when I'm watching the best player of your position.
Dominate.
And I hear his name 500 times a telecast. I need to hear you. Can you give me half of that? You know what I mean? Can you give me something? Because you're getting paid. You're getting paid just as much.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So, fam, give us yours. We talk about it. He gave you some money. Nobody freaking screenshots. Everybody writes it in, but nobody screenshots. You know what I mean?
Screenshot it.
Trying to pick up their money. Todd Womack, Philly Dilly, guys.
That's like the little writing on the bottom there.
Jericho beats
Screenshot it.
24. Eagles win 24-13. I would love that defensive effort. I'm not going to lie to you. Todd Womack, if we don't get Ramsey, which I think we can get, would you guys be okay with Xavier Howard? Yeah, I'm not. I wouldn't be mad about Xavier Howard, but he's not Jalen Ramsey.
I'm not trying. I told you guys, I'm not jumping. I'll take Jalen Ramsey because he's the best cover corner in football. I'm not jumping to make a move. Jalen Mills will be back soon. I think the D has struggled early the last couple of years, and we've gotten it together. We're going to be okay. I'll take the best cover corner. I still don't want to give 2 first rounds for him. But other than that, I'm not going out there just trying to trade for a DB. Everyone else needs to calm down.
You're watching Morning Wood with a skirt on right now. You know what I mean?
Why?
You got your Morning Wood with a skirt on.
2 first-round picks a lot.
How's it a lot?
How's it a lot? Do you watch football? 2 first-rounders?
I watch football, Wilson. I
no
watch
one
a lot
gets
of teams.
2 first-rounders.
I watch a lot of teams. What are you talking about? Khalil Mack just went for 2 first-rounders.
Yeah, Khalil Mack's a fucking monster.
Jalen Ramsey
is he?
Is equal to Khalil Mack?
No, I don't think he's equal to Khalil Mack at all.
Oh,
I do not agree at all. Khalil Mack does a lot more. He's forced fumbles. Jalen Ramsey's not a ball hawk. We already went over this. He's a good cover guy.
Well, you're making a point. I told you before they play a lot of zone there, which could be part of the reason why he's not as hawkish as you would like him to be.
If he plays a lot of zone, he should be more hawkish. Ed Reed played a lot of zone, was real hawkish.
Ed Reed was a safety. Now you're comparing safety
I know,
to
but
corners.
I'm just saying.
Lock in.
That's a guy that I would trade 2 first-round picks for. A guy that's going to get interceptions and turn them to good field position for us and possibly defensive touchdowns.
You don't know how
that's
this
what
league
Khalil
works
Mack
now.
does.
You don't know how this league works.
Yes,
now.
I do. That's the kind of guys they go after.
No, you don't know how the league works, obviously.
Oh, my God.
You don't know how great corners affect games, obviously.
I clearly do.
By quarterbacks not even going in that direction. So did you miss that part? How that works?
I mean,
a lot of times?
I missed the part that teams constantly beat Jacksonville. He's on that team. What's going on? I thought the guys don't go that way.
So you're blaming.
Just saying, dude.
You're blaming.
You're making
hold
it out
on,
like
hold on.
You're making out that
You're
he's coming over
blaming
here and
their
everything's going to be
struggles.
amazing.
Wake that fuck up.
You're
blaming their struggles on their defense last year. That's what your struggle blames on.
Guess what? Their defense was nowhere near.
So
as
you
good
want to talk
last
about
year as
watching
the year
football
before.
and lock it in? Maybe you need to watch it a little more. Who was their quarterback? Who was out all
I'm well
year?
aware, but guess what?
No running game, no quarterback.
Did you watch
no
last year?
wideouts.
They got smoked a lot last year.
When I'm
Their
on the
defense
field
was
all
like
day,
shit.
you're gonna get smoked. When you're on the field all day.
Okay.
They're on the field all game.
You got excuses.
It's not excuses. It's the way it went last year.
I'm just saying their defense didn't play that well last year. The year before they played great. They played great last night.
And they played great last week,
Where
too.
the guys getting to the quarterback. They played great. We don't get to the quarterback, so now what's going to happen? You guys will make the same excuses when he comes here.
Just 9 tackles, a forced fumble.
The guy's a good player. I'm not saying he's not.
That's all. Be scared, though. Be scared.
I just don't
Swagger
How about
works.
first and a
Swagger
third?
matters in this
How
league.
about first and a third?
How about a 1 and a 2?
Okay, I'll do that.
All right.
I don't want to go 2 1s.
1, 2, and a 5 down the road. Future.
Future 5.
I mean, this helps, but defensively that helps you. We're going to circle back to him all day. I just feel like that's never going to end.
We'll take a break. We'll go back to Jalen.
I'm not going back to Jalen anymore. I feel like I talked about Jalen Ramsey too much. David Roscoe. Why? David, I don't care about the Rams. I don't care. I could care less. 29-17. He has the Rams beating the Browns. For any of you to care. I don't. Is that game in Cleveland?
29. It is in
29.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
29 is such a great score to have. Like, how do you even get to that score, David?
It's not happening, Dave. Well, teacher, I ain't mad at you, but I'm just saying, I don't know where you got 29. Them Cowboys, you should be more locked in.
I don't know.
Shit's medical.
I don't know if that's bacon over there.
I feel like it affects your brain better. Oh, Jesus. God. It's
Sorry, David.
wow. I thought you were going to wrap it all up.
I wasn't going to go all the way with it. I don't even know how that works. I'm not one of them guys.
You watch shows. You're a show savant. You know a couple episodes and some things.
I can figure it out.
Ralphie D. Would you stop? Nick Foles lost his job already. He didn't lose his job yet. They paid him a lot of money.
I'll tell you what, Gardner keeps slinging. He might have lost it.
He might have lost it.
Yeah.
What's your bold prediction, Rob Lutman? You going to come in with more false news and fake news? That's all you love to do. I feel like he just likes the tags. You know what I mean? I think he gets off on.
Who, Lutman?
Yeah, I'm getting his name mentioned.
Henry Butts says, you serious, David? He's never serious, Henry.
Jalen Ramsey. What's the Eagles champs talking about? And he told David to stay off the weed. He said, Jalen Ramsey monster, David, stay off the weed. Thanks for jumping in. Done and done. Dwayne Aldridge, 2 weeks in a row. We got beat deep like it's nothing. No, well, listen, I'm not concerned as much about getting beat deep last week. Week 1 is more concerning than last week. I expect to give up points to the Atlanta Falcons in Atlanta.
Absolutely.
And anybody thinks you're going down there, the only thing stopping them would have been the 85 freaking Bears, okay? Because they can score in the dome. They always do, no matter who they play. So last week isn't as concerning to me. Week 1, when you got a bunch of practice squad kittens and Case Keenum picking you apart
Some
in the
guy
first
named
half,
McLaurin.
guys I've never even heard of. And I'm more concerned about that offensive line is beat up now. They got a great offensive line coach. Whoop-de-freaking-do. That offensive line in Washington was beat up and manhandled us for the first half of football.
We couldn't even get to him. Yeah, it was crazy.
So that's what worries me more than anything. As it really does. I mean, there's nothing that worries me more.
Just the first halves that we've had in both games is what's worrisome. If you come out with your foot on the gas pedal, ready to play, we should beat this team. And we should even beat them pretty easily. But I'm nervous that we're going to do that.
Rosen's going to get killed on Sunday, but because he stinks too.
Who, Rosen?
Josh Rosen.
Oh,
All right, keys to victory.
He stinks.
Give me 2 offensive keys, 2 defensive keys.
It's interesting, though. Willie brought this up earlier. The line early in the week
did
was
you see the line,
minus
though?
21. Rosen gets named.
Now it's 12.
Now it's 12. Rosen gets named starter. It dropped 9 points. Miami might win that game.
I don't know about all that.
Slow down. Would you slow down?
I'll
My
throw
God.
I'll high five you if the Miami wins
I'll
that
throw
game.
a little on the money line just to make sure.
No, but I can't. I think Rosen stinks.
I
does
agree with you, but I'm saying that line jump because of Ryan or whatever his name is, Fitzmagic, and Josh Rosen is huge. His 9-point swing.
They got Taco Charlton and Josh Rosen starting QB. They're not.
They got the inside scoop.
They got the inside scoop.
I love how they pick up Taco like
Leading into the Cowboy
Leading into
game.
the
I
game.
love it. Oh,
you would think they're
like shit.
You would think the Dolphins were looking for a win, but anybody with a clue knows they're not.
Yeah,
so
they're
you
not.
can't even give them credit for that. Like, great job picking up Taco the week of the
They go up
Cowboys.
21-0. They're like, fuck, we got to throw a pick. Damn it. Put Fitzpatrick back in.
Rosen with a random injury.
How funny is that trend, though? Fitzpatrick plays 2 games, gets replaced. He'll be back in probably 3 games, only to play 2 games before he gets replaced again.
It's a common theme for him. It
Ralphie's
just
got a
cleans
great
up.
comment on Facebook.
I doubt it, but I'll go to it.
Somebody sent me his video last night and said, "Who is this?" I said, he's a good dude. He's got a neck beard.
Ralphie, I prayed last night to God that we got Jalen. I also have messaged Schefter and Rappaport. They haven't gotten back to me yet, so I'm still waiting on the response. Just doing the legwork, Ralphie. We see you. Bill,
Sources talk.
We all know the history of Howie and the draft. Last year they traded out of the first. The 2 firsts will be late 30s. Take a proven guy that will probably be happy here forever.
They can't be late
Give
30s.
it picks, no players.
They could be late 20s, not late 30s. That's not possible.
There was a late 30s. I just read what's on the prompt.
I know. I just want to trash him because late 30s. No. Well, first off, we hope they're late 20s. If we lose Sunday and then lose in Green Bay, it could be a fucking top 10.
Don't you start wishing.
You start
speaking of stuff into existence.
But we hope it's late 20s. I love how everyone just assumes we're going to go 12-4.
Bill, it's 12.
It's only late 20s.
It's 12. It's down to 12, Bill. It's not 22.
There's only 32 fucking teams, dude. You can't be late 30s, first off. Second off.
That was your sticking point?
Well, that's not. But I'm just saying. He said late 30s. Can't be late 30s. Not possible. There's no late 30-round pick in the first round. So it could be late 20s. We think it'll be late 20s, but we're not. That's no guarantee.
All right, give me 2.
Carson gets hurt. Who knows?
Give me 2 keys, offense, defense. We'll give her picks for the weekend.
My keys are simple. You got to come out fast, score in the first quarter, and establish the run. They're my offensive keys. Defensively, get off the field on third down and stop getting beat deep.
Run the ball is a key to me, and protecting Carson's a key to me. They're my 2 keys offensively. Do them 2 things, and I think they go hand in hand too. If you start being able to run the football better, I think it helps with your pass protection.
Play action, pass.
It all matters, and defensively, I'm right with you. You got to get out the field on third downs, And listen, I'm good with you being, not aggressive outside the 20s, right? But when you get inside the 20s, that's where we got to get back to our bread and butter and holding teams to 3. We really have to. And my other key is
we did have two red zone picks last week, which is good to see.
Start fast, all aspects.
Start fast, yeah.
Offense or defense, get off to a fast start. And defensively, and Greg talked about this Wednesday, we don't get the ball a lot in the first quarter. And it's been a trend for the last year and change.
It seems like the first team that goes right down the field on us, the first drive.
Always.
And scores.
7 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say 8-minute drive, yeah. Yeah, maybe take the ball first Sunday.
Switch it up.
Yeah.
And I'm a big
switch it up.
And I love kicking, but maybe take it.
Guess what? You don't love kicking when you fumbled the fucking second half kick. That was huge. The fumbled return was humongous on Sunday night. We didn't even really get into that, but that's huge. When you take the kick or when you defer, then you're expecting to have the ball first in the second half. You fumble it. Phew.
All right, let's do some quick picks. A little condensed show.
Yeah, sure.
A little condensed. Home inspection, pushback, morning wood.
Home
supposed
inspection.
to start at 10.
Afternoon wood.
Starts at 12:30. And we're here. And this is where we're at. I had no idea it took that long either. It was like, when I got there, it was like, it's like a 2.5 hour. I said, shit, I might want to text some people. I'm like, I didn't know.
I didn't get that
It was like
text.
an hour. I thought you just do a scan.
You get that text,
I had no
Greg?
idea.
Because
You got
I
a
missed
text?
it. I was sitting here like, what?
You got a text?
No, we didn't get any time text. We got, update text.
Yeah.
But
You said maybe 11.
yeah, maybe 11. Be out of here.
Is that not time text?
You
Yeah,
didn't get here
12:30.
till
That's complete
12:15.
time text. That's a definition of a time
You're an
text.
hour and 20 minutes off.
You've been an hour, 20 minutes off
Oh,
over
my
the
God,
years we've been
yeah,
doing
this
this. If
is
you
not-
add up your lateness,
This is
total,
not true.
I'm still
This
below
is
you.
not true.
Completely true.
Always was here. I might have got here a minute before the show started, but I was here before the show was supposed to start. Unreal.
All right, give me 2 locks. You got. Give me 2 locks.
NFL?
Yeah,
You know
two.
what I love this week? I love Pittsburgh. I think Pittsburgh's going to win outright in San Fran. I love Pittsburgh this week. Give me Pitt. And fuck. I like Minnesota too. Pitt, Minnesota.
Pitt, Minnesota. I like the Ravens with getting 5.5.
I like
that,
the over.
I like that to be. I think that's going to be a close game. It doesn't mean it won't be high scoring. I just think it's going to be a close game. If I look at who has the better defense, it's Baltimore. Okay, so knowing that going into it, I think they can hang with them. I really do. Knowing that the Chiefs' defense isn't anything special at all. so they
but
can score on them?
It's crazy. He's like a cheat code, Mahomes. They just fucking hit guys deep all day. It's insane.
No, offensively they will.
It's insane.
But I think Baltimore's going to score offensively too. That's my point.
No, so do I.
That's
yeah.
why I'll take the points in that.
I'm actually, if you have Lamar Jackson, I would start him. I think he's going to have another big day.
And you love the Steelers.
I like the Steelers.
Getting 6.5.
They're getting 6.5. I think they're going to win outright.
San Fran. And I know, it's funny. I'll go with Danny Jock on this, Greg. I like the Saints in the 4. I don't know why. I like the Saints in the 4. I think they could go and see.
You want to know why? Taysom Hill.
Yep.
He locked it in early and got the kicker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Got the 4.5. But I'm
Taysom
going to be following him.
Hill.
I know that.
I'm telling you, Taysom Hill is going to get some burn because Teddy Bridgewater is not the answer. I know some people think Teddy Bridgewater is not bad. Teddy Bridgewater is not good. Okay, ask any Minnesota fan. He is captain check down. He doesn't throw the ball down the field at all. Taysom Hill is going to get some burn on, and he's going to play well. I like that kid.
And then you said that game's down to 12 now.
12.5, I think.
It's still here at
What's it? 20?
23.
23?
23.
Oh my Lord! It's going.
Where did you see it, Wills?
I saw it this morning. Maybe they just had it. Maybe they had it reversed. It said 12.5. I was like 12.5. Maybe it was supposed to be 21.5.
Well, now you make me look bad now.
That's
We all
fine.
look
What
bad.
else is new?
We
No,
all
we're
look
fine.
bad. Now everybody in the room looks bad now.
I saw it on the TV.
Now you're blaming? Make excuses? That's what you
Yes.
said to me earlier about
Probably
excuses.
NFL Network.
I almost take the 23 in that game.
I mean,
All right, so maybe
and
I
ride
won't,
in.
I
You
won't
can't-
lay
listen,
the money line at
you-
plus 23.
you can't.
Maybe not.
You can't lay it at 23. You got to take it 23.
No, I'm saying take it.
You have to.
I almost might take the Dolphins in that game with the 23.
No, you have to.
Maybe Rosen gives them a little spark.
There's only
Nah, I don't know how.
so New England covered last week.
Did you just say Josh Rosen and Spark in the same sentence?
Well, it's easy to spark shit. It's easy to spark something that's dead. You know, you can only go up.
It's not easy to spark something that's dead.
In this case, it is because you can only go up. They're not dead. Essentially, realistically, they're not dead, but they're deadish.
They're close to dead. No, I mean, I would avoid that game. Personally.
I love that the
Personally.
Dolphins' points per game are 5. That's how many points per game they average. 5.
It's amazing.
How do you get to that? That number equals you suck.
It's a 0 and a 10. Yeah, that's what gets you there.
Averaging 5 points a game. Jesus God.
What are they averaging letting up?
Oh, 51. It's crazy.
51-5 average score.
They average 31 yards rushing, 188 passing. They're averaging giving up 321 yards in the air and 194 yards on the ground. Going in a good place for that one. Zeke might rush for 500.
You know who else I like this week? I like the Giants. Giants in Tampa. Got the young kid starting. I think Saquon has a big day. I would bet the Giants.
Bet the Giants?
Bet the G, man.
All go ones. All right, fam. Little quick edition today. We didn't get deep with too much stuff.
A little quickie.
Just
Little
a
quickie
tip.
with the wood.
Just
the
a
wood,
tip.
The morning wood was quick. She'll tell you. It was a little freaking rush. So I feel all rushed today.
You're fine.
No, I know. I'm fine.
We'll be
I'm
back
always fine.
Sunday night.
Yeah, Sunday night, probably 8 o'clocker, I would assume, before Sunday night football. Hopefully recapping a huge win. Because if not, and I told the guy at the inspection this morning, he's like, yeah, you hope for a win. I said, listen, I want wins personally because I'm a fan, but if they lose, the chat, everything, there's more people. Like more people. Like I have a lot to say. They got shit to get off their chest. We're here for them. Sorry, I was watching Mitchell Trubisky.
Hopefully a big win. And then we're going to see. I'm going to talk to Tommy about maybe, since we play Thursday night, maybe we can catch a morning show before Thursday. We do a little breakdown.
Possible.
Maybe Wednesday. Maybe Monday. Whatever.
Maybe Tuesday.
Tuesday we're supposed to see Rambo, but we can come
Oh,
on
yeah,
in.
Rainbow. Nah, fuck it. Rainbow.
Rambo's more important.
All right, it's the Morning Wood, A2D Radio. Fam, thanks for joining us, chiming in. Sorry for the delay. I'm actually not sorry at all. Shit happens. Brought to you by our doc, Make Him Yours, Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com, and as well as our accountant, Gibson Mayer, Gibson Mayer, LLC. Find them on the web, gibsonmayer.com. For Tom Arnone, Brian Wilson, Greg Milwakovic, we out.